what is going on, guys? Different kind of video today. I just had my second lesson with the pro at Lock and Youth Golf Club, where I'm a member. Great teacher, Justin Pollock there. Shout out to Justin working with me. Really feel like I'm kind of leveling up from kind of an amateur swing to, not a professional swing, but, more of a real golf swing. Stop going over the top, stop the overextension, or early extension, I should say, and kind of focus on compressing the ball, keeping the swing tighter, more fluid, just trying to get to be really a 70s golfer. I want to be a single digit handicap. That's what I'm trying to do. So I'm going to walk through today on this video the different kind of steps my golf coach is walking me through. Some of this video is just for me, so I can kind of walk through them, get them cemented in my mind, but maybe it'll help some of you guys out there. So I'm just going to kind of walk through those different points in the swing that I'm trying to get to. And I got a big pile of balls here. This is actually my house in Kalkaska, where I have a little range set up. Basically a 100-yard range. I got flags out at 33, 66, 99. Got a little room beyond that to hit, so I can hit like 125-yard shots out into the trees back there. But yeah, just gonna hit a bunch of shots, kind of talk through the different positions that I'm trying to get in, and I don't know, see where this video goes. I just took a nice dab, so I'm in a good spot. Just finished up a day of work, but yeah, let's kind of talk through it. So I think, more or less, I'm gonna try to get a little more like straight back, a little more of my butt out. So I was a little like this. I'm gonna try to get a little more here, I think. This would be the exaggerated way, but like, something like this instead of like really hooded over. So that's step one. A little more of an athletic stance, kind of like that, a little more athletic stance. The second piece is really, I'll switch to this angle. It's like a downward pressure on this leading hand. And so it's really about kind of feeling like this arm is like staying down and kind of going out that way, right? So keeping that kind of downward pressure here. Next is getting this elbow in front of my body, leading through. And so instead of like that kind of thing, I'm trying to come here. And so you probably see like Grant Horvat and those guys like kind of exaggerating this motion. I kind of get it now. This is it right here. So this is really what I'm trying to get to, even though it looks crazy. Nice compressed swing, keep everything tight, not over the top. So those kind of two feelings. So first, on the back, I'm trying to have, this angle match my spine here with a little downward pressure on my wrist. And then as I come back, I'm trying to lead this elbow through in front of my body. So I'm gonna hit a couple with just those thoughts in my mind, because there's more changes to the swing, and I'm working on cementing these first two on kind of the take back and the start. And then there's more with kind of my left arm and what I'm doing with my left arm, and then kind of my left foot, and that's like kind of putting it all together. So I'll walk through kind of the whole swing, but I'm gonna hit a few here, just kind of see how I'm feeling. It's a 56-degree wedge. Haven't been feeling great with the wedges, with the swing change. It's like kind of like a feel shots, not hitting these 100%. Been struggling the most with these, but I don't have a ton of room to hit, so I won't be showing off with my awesome new 7-iron or driver shot. But I'm gonna be trying to hit some nice shots here. Just show you a little bit of it from this angle. Okay, so there's the result. New swing. Gotta hit another one. Okay, so that was pretty much perfect. kind of looking for just a little baby draw off these. That's really kind of the shot I'm looking for more of a draw than a fade. Just fighting to close that face, right? Fighting to close it down and get these hands over. And so I'll kind of walk through the rest of the swing, but that's kind of a little bit of this is kind of what I'm going for. I like that. I like that one too. Felt pretty good. Felt pretty good. Let me hit one more and then I'll kind of walk through the other pieces of the swing and try to put it all together. We'll see. I like those a lot. I like those shots a lot. Okay, so the next piece, right? So I'm kind of downward pressure on my take back, downward pressure on this, keeping me close to the ball, right? Downward pressure here, elbow in front. And then what I'm looking for as I come through with my left hand is I'm trying to come to here with the left hand, basically. So almost like when I finish, I want to be like here. So it's kind of, but like this is kind of the position I want to be in, and obviously my body's going to turn with it, but this is going to kind of stay tighter to my body. This arm is going to try to like push out, so out to the ball. So through and out, through and like out like that, through and out, through and out. And so I'll walk through the last part with my feet. That should kind of make that connect together. That kind of works in my head, but that's like the next piece I'm trying to get is this finish over to here with this arm staying tight, because what I was doing is kind of like this is kind of how I was ending, right? So, and what I discovered, or not what I discovered, what my golf instructor taught me is that what you see is like, as your elbows come up here and here, that's where you're topping the ball and chunking the ball, is these differences, right? So when I'm coming through and my elbow's coming up like this, right? That's where you're getting those tops. So I'm coming through and pulling the club up because I'm trying to create this space because I haven't moved my body through like this. And so I'm either trying to do it with my wrists, right? Or I'm trying to do it with my elbows by picking up, maybe both at the same time. But instead I want to keep that through. So some of you have seen those shirts that they wear with a hole in the middle that kind of hold you like this, or some have seen that training ball that you hold between your arms. It's the same idea, is this kind of tight swing, and I'm over exaggerating it, but that's honestly kind of the feel I'm going for, is that kind of, I say tight, my golf instructor doesn't like that, but you know, I feel elbow tight leading me in, this elbow kind of takes over, right? And just kind of that kind of feel. So I'm gonna hit a few more with this 56 and try to kind of get a little more of that next piece in. And then last piece, I'll show what I should be doing with my foot and my weight to make this happen, which I'm struggling with, partially because I got some bad ankle injuries from my basketball days. Might have to switch to high tops if I really want to get these explosive moves and kind of transfer the weight the way I'm supposed to, because it hurt my ankles. So I'm an old guy, all right, hit a couple more shots here. Hopefully they look okay from that angle. I'll probably switch the camera and hit a few from over here at the end and just show you kind of what I'm trying to go through, walk through a couple good ones, a couple misses. Yeah. chunky on that one. I can't say I know exactly what I'm doing wrong on some of these, but I'm just gonna keep swinging, trying to find that spot. I like that. I like that. That maybe was a little thin. I tried to hit that one harder. It went really far. Normally I hit this club like max like 75 yards. And after that, it like might be sliding up the face, you know, trying to, but I'm also a little bit trying to get, you know, some of this kind of compressive action down on the club. But what I was trying to do, I had that kind of feel of kind of compressing the ball through, but as you can see, I was kind of trying to do it with my arms. And so I was like pulling the ball through, but really, you know, it needs to come from this. So it's accomplishing the same thing, but it's with the body. So I'm still hunting for that to include that kind of like compressy, taking divots kind of swing. Because as you can see, I'm you know, my good ones, I'm really picking them clean here. So obviously some work to do. Still, this isn't a perfect swing, you can tell, but this is what I'm heading towards. Okay, so now I'm gonna kind of talk about the last thing here is as I'm coming through, I'm not giving a lesson here, I'm just kind of telling you what I'm working on my lesson. But as I'm coming through here, to get that face closed, to make sure I'm closing the face, and to get more of that compression, what we want to see is weight moving from the toe of my foot out to the heel, right? So like, I want to feel in with the hip and then out. So, and this is the piece that I don't feel as confident about. But like, if you set this leg back, you can kind of get this feeling of where you're supposed to end up, at least on the heel part. But like, my ankles are beat up from basketball. So this is kind of actually tough. I'm gonna have to work on my golf fitness. That's a real thing. Gonna have to work on my golf fitness if I wanna get better, more powerful, be able to close this and complete this swing and move the weight through on my feet. I'm gonna have to do some PT on the ankles. But basically, like, as I'm coming through, weight on my toe, and then it's, as I'm opening, it's out onto the ankle. Toe, onto the ankle, right? And so, hurts my ankle. It really does hurt it right in here. So I'm gonna have to, like I said, maybe ankle brace, maybe high tops. You might see some different shoes out here for me sometime soon. But all right, gonna try to put it all together. It's tough, right? This is like, you know, wrist down, elbow in, keep this elbow kind of tight, get this arm straightened, get my setup straight, right, first, and then transfer from toe to heel and get my weight through and around. It's like 9 things. It's so hard to sequence that through. So I'm really trying to work from the front and get those kind of ingrained in my muscle memory and then kind of work through the whole thing. So I'm getting better though. I'm hitting like 200 balls a day. So it's the only way, I think, to kind of make a swing change stick in any kind of way that's not super painful. But like, you know, playing rounds is really tough right now. I'm hitting really high scores because I'm just spraying the ball. So I love where my swing is going, but I just got to put in work to make these changes. And that's kind of the bottom line. Like, you got to put in work to get into these positions, got to put in work to make these changes stick. So that's kind of what I'm doing now. It's why I'm not shooting a normal video. But like I said, a lot of this is kind of for me, so I can kind of see what I'm doing on camera, but also kind of talk through these changes so they kind of stick in my head. So take a few more swings here. I hit that thin, but really far for a 56. That was wild. I really love what this swing change is doing to my driver and like wood swing more than my wedges. Tough to show that. Maybe I'll bang a few drivers out, but it's tough to show that here because I worry that maybe I'll hit my neighbor's dog or something. But love what it's doing to those clubs. Still kind of finding the balance with the wedges. I'll grab my pitching wedge. Will be a little bit different, you know, a little less loft, a little less wedgy. But yeah, I'm loving my driver, loving my woods right now. Really liking where that's going. So I know it's going to a good place. I like the feel. Just got to put it all together. Almost feels brand new again. So that's my miss a lot when I'm really trying to put it all together. Big pull left, maybe a little pull hook left. Just kind of overdoing it. And I think kind of overdoing it with my arms and not getting my body through at the same time. You know, because if you're just doing this, you're gonna kind of pull through, but if you're here, you're gonna hit it square. So I think that's kind of what I'm doing. See you in the video. Let me know what you think. I like that a lot. I really like that. That felt great. Felt like I did it. All right, I'm gonna try to get on that ankle. Thin. Didn't close it. Love that. Loved it. That's the swing I'm going for right there. That's the swing I'm going for. There it is. I had to keep going until I hit a bad one. But you can see there's some good stuff in there. Some good stuff in there. I think that's it. I'm gonna do a quick walkthrough again, just so in my own head I kind of got it. First, I'm gonna set up, get my butt out a little bit, get my shoulders a little more square and a little more upright instead of hooded. A little bit of that. Might get my feet a little closer together with wedges. I'm gonna get a little more shoulder or forward lean, a little up with my left arm, just a little bit. Downward pressure with this wrist. here with this elbow. As I come through, this elbow is gonna stay kind of tight to me, and I'm gonna finish kind of extending like this is the feel I want. Pushing outward like this, but keeping this in tight. And at the same time, as I come through, I'm gonna be taking my weight here, in with my hip, onto my toe, and then out onto my ankle. And as we do the Scheffler out, that's what I'm gonna have to do. Because my ankle's so bad. So, downward pressure, elbow forward, down and through, left elbow tight, get this one extended, and in that transfer, toe to ankle, ball your foot to the heel. Other way of saying that, ball, heel, transfer that out, and throw your pelvis at it at the same time. Not good at that last part, so I'm probably not a good model for it, but I'll hit a few more shots. We'll call it a day, folks. Appreciate you guys as always for watching the videos. Obviously this is a little bit of a different one, a little more intimate maybe, but I want to show you a little behind the scenes, right? I hope you've noticed my swing has changed a little bit and is improving. I thought the last video was pretty good. I'm working on it. So there might be some ugly golf coming up. Might be a little bit of ugly golf coming up in the next few videos as I work through this, but I think on the other end of that tunnel is great golf, better golf for you guys. I want to be, an 80s guy by the end of this year. That was kind of my goal. Last year I wanted to be a 90s guy, be kind of consistently shooting in the 90s. Right now, 20% of my scores are in the 80s, something like that. I'm playing really tough courses a lot of the time. My home course is insanely tough, so that's a little bit of it. But, I'm going to keep working. I really think, I got September, October, and then sim season, baby, and travel season. I think I can kind of be a legit 80s guy by the end of this year if I keep working, I commit to these swing changes. And then next year, could I be a 70s guy? Could I be a single-digit handicap? I don't know. That's what I'm going to try to work towards. I think I got a great coach. I got a bunch of support from you guys, which is huge. I appreciate you guys a ton. Thanks for watching. Road trip to the moon. Let's go. I'm going to hit a few more good, bad, ugly shots. We'll see. Maybe 3 or 4 more. Appreciate you guys. See you next time. I liked it. A little thin. Super thin. All right, I'm just gonna hit a little half speed one here, kind of get the feel back. I think that's pretty good. All right, guys, till next time, road trip rolls. I'm Nate Says Do Less. Thanks for watching.